This guide shows you a simple way to back up the whole of your PC. So first of all, you need to download a piece of software. So open up your browser. Now I'm going to open up Microsoft Edge. And then once your browser has opened, go to the address bar right at the very top of the screen, click in it and delete out anything that might be in there. There may not be anything in there. And then you need to type in there macrium.com/reflect-free. That's macrium.com/reflect-free, all in lowercase and no spaces. Then press enter or return on your keyboard. Then you'll find this website will load and just click on home use just here. It will then give you the option to enter your email address. You do not need to register or enter an email address in here. You can just move your mouse over continue and left click once. And then you'll notice a small file will download. As you can see here in the bottom left hand corner of my screen, it's now downloaded. So if you're using Chrome or Edge, you can just click on that file name just down there to open it. If you're using another browser, then it might be downloaded in a different way, in which case all you do is just open up the yellow folder down here or click on the start button and click on this folder just here and then click on downloads just on the left here, and you should find a file called Reflect DLHF. Move your mouse over that and double left click on it. Okay, so then it will give us the option to download, so just click on download just down here. Now this bit might take a bit of time because the file is larger than the one you've just downloaded, so please be patient. What I'm going to do is I'll pause this video and we'll come back to it just as it's nearly finishing the download. Okay, so it's nearly finished downloading, just leave it for a little while. And then you'll see this message appear. So as long as it says Macrium Reflect Installer and the verified publisher is Paramount Software UK Limited or Ltd, move your mouse over yes and left click once. Then move your mouse over next and left click once. Then again move your mouse over next, left click once. Have a look through the agreement there and then decide whether or not you want to accept the terms in the license agreement. If you do, click on the little circle just beside I accept the terms in the license agreement and left click once. Then move your mouse over next and again left click once. Select you're using it for home use, so click on home and then left click once. And then if you don't want to give your email address here, then just take the tick out of this register this installation of Macrium Reflect. So just click on the box just to the left to remove the tick. Then click next. Then click next again, then click install. This bit again might take a bit of time depending on the speed of your computer, so please be patient, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back to it when it's nearing the end of the installation. So as you can see, it's now installed, so click finish. And what we can do here is, if we want to, is we can go to other tasks and then go to create rescue media just there, and that allows us to create what's known as an ISO file there which we could save to an external hard drive if we wanted to, and then later on if we needed to we can create a CD from it, which allows us to boot up into a special system which allows us to restore our backup of the whole computer if we ever need to. So all we do there is we just literally click on ISO file and then save it to, I would save it to an external hard drive. So I've plugged my external hard drive in, so I'm just going to click on there and then I'm going to click on save and then click build. Now this bit might take a bit of time because it's setting up the disk for you, an ISO file, and like I say, later on if you wanted to you could use that ISO file on another computer to create a bootable disk, or else the other way of doing this thing is you could plug in a USB stick if you've got one available and create a bootable stick, which is one of the options which is usually on here, but at the moment the external hard drive is showing that it's unsupported. So what I'll do is I'm just going to create this ISO file and we'll see if we can create a stick. See if I'll plug in one of my sticks and see if that'll let us create that. So I'm going to pause this video just for the moment, and we'll come back to it shortly. Okay, so it's nearly finished creating my ISO file. Like I say, this bit does take quite a bit of time. That's taken about 10 minutes on my system. Might be a bit shorter on yours, might be a bit longer. But it's just, like I say, doing the final part now. And there we go, it's finished, so I can just click OK on that. So like I say, I'm just going to try plugging in a flash drive into my computer, and just seeing if it gives me the option to create a recovery drive on the flash drive. So the flash drive's plugged in. Let's just go to other tasks and create rescue media. And yes, so if you've got a empty flash drive of about 8 gigabytes, I think that's what you probably need, then you can use the flash drive as a bootable drive to get back to able to restore your computer to when you last backed it up, if ever your computer could not boot up. So, but like I say, that has to be a flash drive that you're prepared not to need to use for anything other than this, and it will wipe the flash drive as well. So make sure there's nothing important on it if you do use that option. But same thing applies. Just click on that, click build, and let it run. So I'm just going to close this off just for a sec. Okay, so I've plugged in my external hard drive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this here, image this disk. This is my main disk inside the computer. So I'll click image this disk. Now it asks us where do we want to create this image to. So it's going to be to the external hard drive. So I just click on the 3 dots just on the end there. And there you go, there's my external hard drive, Seagate expansion drive. So I click on that, and then I want to make a new folder to put the backups into. So I'll click make a new folder, and I'm just going to call that Reflect Backups. There you go, Reflect Backups, and then click OK. So as you can see here, the folder's gone to new folder, which I don't want. So I'm just going to click on the 3 dots again, go back to Seagate expansion drive, and let's just find, there we go, Reflect Backup. So I'll click that, click OK, and there you go, it's given us the right name now. So just make sure that anything up here is ticked. All the little boxes there are ticked. Make sure none of them are unticked. And if you want to be sure, just click on this box just here, just to untick everything, and then click it again, and that ticks everything. Okay, so click on next, and this gives us the option to schedule our backups automatically, but I would say run them manually, because ideally once you've run your backup you want to really disconnect the external hard drive and store it somewhere safe, just in case your computer gets attacked by a virus or ransomware, or your computer gets stolen, or you have a fire break out, something like that. So, and what I would say is we're going to keep this simple. So I'm going to define some retention rules here. So I'm going to take the tick out of differential, okay, and we're going to have 3 full backups. So I'm going to change 12 to 3. So let's just change that to 3, there, down to 3. Okay, and I'm going to tick this box here. It says run the purge before backup, which means that if there's not enough space on the disk, then it will delete the oldest backup first. So, and that box should be ticked there, purge the oldest backup if less than 5 gigabytes is free on the target volume. So I'm going to click next again on there, and yep, that's fine, and just click finish. So it gives us the option to run the backup now or save the backup, so or do both. So I'm just going to take the tick out of run this backup now just for the moment, and leave the tick in save backup, and then click OK. This is just to show you how to run the backup manually now. So now we've set up the backup, we don't have to go through all that again for future backups. So all we do normally is, I'm just going to close this down, is let's close that down as well. Just double click on Macrium Reflect to open it up. Click on yes there, and then wait for Reflect to load, and then once Reflect has loaded, we click on backup definition files, and then click the little picture of the computer there, and then click the word full, and the backup will start to run. Now this bit is going to take some time. It really depends on the speed of your computer, so please be patient with it. And like I say, I'm going to pause this video and we'll come back to it when it's nearing the end of the backup. There we go, so as you can see it's nearly finished. That took quite a while on my computer. It should come up in a minute and say that the image was completed successfully. So just give it a little while. It's currently closing the VSS, the Volume Shadow Service, which just basically means it's closing a certain thing down to allow us to do the backup. There you go. So image completed successfully in 22 minutes 36 seconds. So I just click on OK there and then click on close. And I can now close down the program, disconnect my hard drive and store it away somewhere safely. I should have said when we was creating the backup there, if you do have more than one drive on your computer, then obviously you can select other partitions that need backing up too on there. And if you do ever need to restore, then all you do is just open up Reflect again and click on the Restore tab just up there in the top left hand corner. And if you've got your external hard drive plugged in that you backed up to, it should show you the backup there, the most recent backup. Or you can click on Browse for an image there, and you can go to your hard drive manually, your external hard drive, and let's try and find, there you go, Reflect backups there, and double click it there, and there you go, it appears. So you can either restore the whole image or browse the image if you want to. So if you wanted to restore files from that backup, just individual files, then you can click on your C drive there if that's where your files are stored. Okay, and we can click on OK, and it says assign in G. So there you go, it's put the whole of that file in the G drive on there for the moment. And then what we can do is we can go into, say, users, and then go into your username, and then go into, say, desktop, documents, downloads, favorites, pictures, videos, whatever one you want to go into. And you can see your files in there, and you can just copy and paste them across to the like I say, the documents file. So say for instance I'd accidentally deleted my important file from documents on the original drive, then like I say, I can right click on the file, go down to copy, left click, go to documents, and then right click on any blank space there and paste it back, and there we go, I've restored it. The other thing you can do is you can restore the whole image, which so in which case I can just click restore there. I can select the disk or the partition that I want to restore, and then just follow the instructions on screen. So it tells me here, this is the source, the destination where I want to restore it to. Click next, and then just click finish and follow the instructions on the screen. But that will restore the whole computer back. So depending on when you've done your last backup, it will put your computer back to when that backup was taken. So there you go, that guide showed you how to back up your whole computer to an external hard drive, and gave you an idea on how to restore files or the whole system back. Hope this guide helps. Thanks very much for watching. You can follow me on Twitter at CWTech. That's at CWTech on Twitter. And don't forget to check out my other videos in my YouTube channel. Just Google Chris Waite YouTube. And don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for your support.